And hello everyone, this is Suva for yet another casting of the GSSL, the Geek Squad Star League. This is week 6. The prior games that you did see from Callmebonjwa were actually week 4, and that was a pretty awesome matchup between a couple high-level diamond players. I do not know Equilibrium, so I don't know what level he is at. But as you can see, in the green trunks we do have Callmebonjwa, and I'm probably butchering that name, and he can yell at me later. I apologize, but I'm doing this pretty much on the fly. I will refer to him as Call Me just because it makes my life a little bit easier. And in the blue trunks in the top right corner, we do have Equilibrium. I have not seen him play, so unfortunately I have nothing to go on here. Call Me does a very interesting technique that he tends to like, where he actually does not get that cybernetics core right after the gateway. What he does instead is get a couple gateways out, get more zealots going, and then he gets the cybernetics a little bit later. It's probably a lot less risk move. And oh, Equilibrium, okay, he doesn't notice that idle pro. I hate when I do that. He needs to fix this rally point is what he needs to do. Let's see if he's going to recognize and do that. Oh, come on, get the idle worker going. Equilibrium is the first one to scout out. He did send that scout as soon as he plopped down that first pylon, which is a very solid technique. The bonus to that is you figure out where your opponent is doing. You can see if it's a gateway or if he's doing some crazy stuff, and you see, say, nothing here, then you know he has proxy something, or you see a forge and you know that you have a cannon rush coming. Equilibrium did fix that rally point in the end. He is getting the assimilator down. It is not yet complete, and as we can see, no assimilator going down for Call Me at this point. He does have his first gateway finishing up, and he did drop that second gateway. I'm curious if he is going to drop, I believe next he is actually going to drop that cybernetic score so he can get the gateway technology. Assimilator is going down, so no, he is getting the probes out, getting the zealot to get rid of that probe, and getting the assimilator going so he can get the gas production going. More traditional route, Equilibrium is getting that cybernetics core right after that gateway. Call Me was lucky enough to search him on the first go-round, so he is aware of what's going on. And that's a lot of chrono boost opportunity that is being missed right here. It looks like he might have been saving that completely for the warp gate research, which is a good thing. If you for chrono boosts will get it out perfectly, but one thing that you can note is the rate that the energy does keep going. You can get your probes out, at least one more set of probes out faster if you chrono boost the nexus itself. Another gateway is going down. What do we see? Cybernetics core is finishing on Call Me's side. So he does have two gateways that are very soon. They're getting the stalker count up, and he's going to push some early pressure, it looks like. Now the question is he going to do, you know what, he's probably scouting around. He is huge about scouting around, yep, to make sure there's no proxy shenanigans going on. We see those two stalkers are coming out now, and he's just now getting that warp gate research going. But I will tell you, most early games, 3 zealots, 2 stalkers, that's actually a formidable force if he were to push out and do some, you know, see what he could do. Proxy pylon by Equilibrium right near the Zelnaga tower. One thing I like to do is put it right at the Zelnaga tower and sit my probe on it so that I always have range of it. And there goes the expand, and while he's doing the expand, he's going to push out. That zealot is going to be lost. There's nothing he can do. He will be able to get that stalker out of the way. But that... Oh, does he have a pro? Okay, he canceled that proxy pylon he was about to put up. And doing the smart thing, Call Me is going to go check out that Zelnaga tower, and he will see that proxy pylon. That is 100 minerals wasted, unfortunately. Right now, Call Me is getting a forge up. I do like the fact that he waited on the forge. He got the forge earlier the last couple times. And what he probably will end up doing is with this pylon, he'll probably put like 1, if not 2, cannons here for a little bit extra defense. Very good move to help secure your natural. And in the meantime, what do we have? 1, 2, 4 gates. All of them now are warp gates. A couple sentries up. Downside with this is it takes, I believe it takes 2 force fields to block that, so it's very difficult to, you know, do a sentry contain like you can on most other maps. We see that Nexus did just now complete, so we should hopefully be seeing a transfer very soon. What do we have in the units count? He is ahead in pros by 26, 27, and again, that was because he was chrono boosting his Nexus a lot more. I'd like to see Equilibrium chrono boost his Nexus to get more probes going. He does have one Forge and a Twilight cancel going, and he is going to go for charge lots. I'm a huge fan of them. They are very effective because they can close range so fast. And against a Stalker-heavy army, they just tear apart Stalkers. Plus, they're just cool looking. I mean, seriously. That was one of the coolest things when they announced that you could do charge for them. It was the coolest video. You saw it the first time. It was like, oh, hell yeah! But I'm just a geek, so what do I know? Alright. What do we have in production? We do have weapons upgrades for both sides going down currently. We do have the Twilight Council for Call Me is going down. My guess is he's going to use that for two things. One, he will decide whether to get either probably charge lots with the number that he has here, and he will use that for the fact that he can then get ground weapons level 2. He saw that proxy and never... You know, he saw it, but I don't think he realized what it was. That's very shame, because that, at this point, I mean, that literally, that one alone would supply block him and force him to create a couple additional pylons. Every little bit helps, basically. And look at that. Probe production is key. He's got almost double the amount of probes as his opponent. He is going to fly ahead in the unit count, and that is going to be the difference in this game, I'm telling you. Because as much as he has this, if both of these armies collide and they both go down, which is, with this type of army competition, it might actually happen. The downside is that he can't keep up the production as well as his opponent can. So that's going to put Equilibrium in a very bad spot if this does not work. Oh, and that's the single Stalker, which is the DPS for his side, was sniped down very quickly. Unfortunately, his force field's not doing much because the Zealots are all up front. And these Zealots will be cleaned up very quickly. And the thing is, these Stalkers are faster than these Sentries, so even if you try, those were going down whether you liked it or not. Very smart move. He just warped in some. Oh, and he's just calling GG after that. I don't think that was really necessary, but again, he probably saw the fact that he was on 2 bases and just felt he was so far behind. Still think that was kind of a premature GG. He probably, you know, take the time to expand a little bit earlier, set up some defensive fear. I think you have a good shot at it. Alright, this is Suva with Game 1 between Equilibrium and Callmebonjwa. I'm really going to have to ask him what his name is one of these times. So maybe if I end up casting him another week from now, maybe I'll actually know his name. Alright, and I will be casting Game 2 momentarily, so I will see you next time.